Time for more Consuming Passions magic, as I conjure up a potion that has a variety of uses with meat, fish, seafood, even vegetables. Harissa, a highly seasoned chili concoction used in Northern African cuisine. It's easy to make, all you need is a few dried chilies. The first thing I do is remove the seeds and stems. Now you could use fresh chilies for this, but as with many chili recipes, they benefit from soaking dried ones. It gives the mixture a totally different taste sensation. And of course, if you're handling chilies, make sure you wash your hands well afterwards with lots of soapy water. Now once done, I soak them in lots of very hot water. And while they're soaking, I grind up some spices. Some caraway seeds, a couple of teaspoons, some coriander, a teaspoon or so, and some cumin, again, a teaspoon or so. I pound these in a mortar with my pestle. Again, you could shortcut this process by using ready ground spices, but the full-on Harissa experience deserves the effort. This could also be done in a clean coffee grinder, but it's a lot less fun. Once ground, I add 3 or 4 cloves of garlic and pound them in. Bliss aromas already. Now once I'm satisfied the mixture's been crushed enough, I can return to the chilies. They're quickly drained and chopped up. Now the reason I soak them is to reconstitute the chili flesh. They only need to be roughly chopped before being added to the mortar to be pounded. Along with a little of the water they were soaking in. Once the mixture is like a puree, I start adding oil, a little at a time. An oil that is low in saturated fat, such as peanut oil or canola oil or an olive oil, or even a macadamia oil, as I'm using here, to make the dish truly Australian. Certainly an oil that qualifies for a tick of approval from the Heart Foundation. About 4 tablespoons of oil, added much as I would for a mayonnaise. Although this may seem like a lot of oil, this harissa will be sufficient for more than one dish, and it keeps very well in an airtight container in the refrigerator. That's the basic paste. Now, in Consuming Passions recipe, I'm going to use harissa along with another great Australian bite, lamb, lean lamb. And I choose one of the new lean cuts, which may be lower in fat, but they're still high on flavor. Backstrap or fillet would be perfect. Because I'm using lamb, I'm going to add a couple of other things to the harissa. I take a couple of spoons of the mixture and add a tablespoon of chopped mint and a tablespoon of chopped coriander. Or you could substitute with oregano or even basil. Or you could use dried herbs. Once mixed, the lamb pieces are dipped into the mixture. Absolutely perfect. Then they're cooked, preferably in a non-stick pan. Because of the oil in the harissa, you shouldn't need to add any more for this process. A few minutes on each side, then I remove them and deglaze the pan with a little stock. Chicken or veal stock would be fine. And if you're buying ready-made stock, look for one that's not too high in salt. This is then allowed to boil and reduce into a thick sauce. Gives me a chance to prepare my rice. I like to serve lamb harissa with plain boiled or steamed rice, just tossed with a few currants and some pine nuts. And it's topped with that spicy chili mixture. And there it is, Consuming Passions, lamb and harissa, with a little bit of hot stuff on the side. On the other side, a small glass of Australian Pinot Noir will complement it beautifully. More magic next time.